Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Paris and Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce Student of the Month program. And we're going to start off with our prayer. I ask Joe Strange from Student Venture to join us, along with Mark Yarborough, Councilman for the City of Paris, to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you all please stand?
Good morning. Let's just bow our heads and pray. Father, we are just so thankful for today. We're thankful for everything you've blessed us with. Father, I ask that you would continue to give us that heart of thanksgiving, especially this time of year. And Father, just bless the students here that we're recognizing today, and continue to use them to just do amazing things here in this community and in their lives, and just to impact this world, Father. And so, God, just bless us, bless everyone here, bless our meal, and just bless our time together, Lord. We thank you. In the name of Jesus, amen. Amen.
And good morning. If everyone would join me in reciting those 31 words that make us who we are in this country. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
You may be seated. Again, welcome to the Paris Menifee Valley Chambers of Commerce Student of the Month program. I'm Jonathan Greenberg. I'm superintendent of the Paris Union High School District, and today I'm pinch hitting for Sally Myers. Sally and her husband Gary are co-founders of this and about 20 other Sizzler restaurants, and they've sponsored this program for a long time. And I don't do quite as well as Sally, but then nobody else does. So I feel pretty comfortable being here. The Student of the Month program is a local high school recognition program supported by the community to acknowledge and honor college/vocational, trade school bound senior students for their character, their love of learning, commitment to academics, participation in athletics, school activities, community service, or the ability to persevere and overcome difficult life circumstances in a setting that honors God, country, family, community, and free enterprise. And of course, yesterday we celebrated Veterans Day, and are there any veterans here? Oh, good. Let's have a nice round of applause for our veterans. Okay, at this time I'm going to introduce the principals and their students, and we'll be talking more about them. And because it was a 4-day weekend, some of our students and schools are kind of trying to figure out where our students are, but they'll all be here by the time we get to introduce them and have them speak. From Heritage High School, Principal Julie Zerold, and our Student of the Month, Holly Woods. Stand up, just stand up. And your family. Okay, all right. From the California Military Institute, Principal Commandant Michael Rhodes, and our Student of the Month, Elizabeth Talavera, and her family. Please stand up. Michael, please stand up. You're learning. He's a new principal. He's learning. Okay, let me do this again, Michael. So what happens is I introduce the principal and the students and their family, and then they stand up. Okay, Rhodes, you're going to do it again in 2 months in January. Hopefully you'll be able to get it done by then. From Paloma Valley High School, I think we have our principal, but our student has yet to arrive. Is that correct? Principal Don Williamson, and our student is Ruby Raimundo. And from Paris High School, we have the same thing. We have our principal, Nick Hilton, and our Student of the Month is Alvaro Villanueva. So they'll be here in a couple of minutes. Okay, so now I have to tell you that this event wouldn't happen without the wonderful businesses in our community that have supported this program for 20 years. And first of all, I'd like to introduce the CEO of the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, Dorothy Woolens, and Grant Bennett, representing the Paris Valley Chamber of Commerce, to come up here and say a few words.
Well, good morning. On behalf of the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, the Board of Directors and their staff, I'd like to congratulate Holly and Elizabeth, who are here this morning, and the rest of you all for joining us. This is one of the best events that we have with the Chamber, and I'm honored to be sharing the stage right now with Grant Bennett. So congratulations to the two of you, and the rest of you, I'm sure will share that when they get here.
Well, on behalf of the Paris Valley Chamber of Commerce, we want to welcome you this morning to this. This is a great event every month that we get to honor students within our valleys for the things they're doing on campus and in their communities. And the Paris Valley Chamber of Commerce wants to congratulate not only the students, but the parents and the teachers that have worked so hard to get them to this point. We also would like to have you come back to our valley when you graduate from college or the service, whatever you're doing, and become a vital part of our communities. Open a business, be part of a business, make this just a better place for everybody to live. So again, congratulations on behalf of the Paris Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Dorothy, and thank you, Grant. We also have a lot of volunteers. To put this kind of program together, we have people that work very hard. From my office, the chairs are Lori Ortel and Sarah Rico. Would you ladies wave your hands, be recognized? Right over here. And I'm going to introduce the people that are here who are the volunteers. Kim Garcia is our accountant from KSG and Associates. Kim, there you are, right back in the back. And I need to tell you, Kim does this also for Temecula and Murrieta and Elsinore, so it's quite a big enterprise. And so, Kim, thank you very much for all your help and support. If you look at your program, that would be this little document here. On the inside of the program, you have, on the left side, our lunch sponsors. And so, again, I'd like to recognize those that are here. From Altera Credit Union, Cheryl Benjamin. Cheryl, right back there. Cheryl's over there. From the Bank of Hemet, Summer Beatty, right there. Right there. From the City of Menifee, Councilman Greg August and newly elected Councilman John Denver. From the City of Paris, we have Judy Honey and Councilman Mark Yarborough, right over here. Representing County Supervisor Marion Ashley's office, a Paris High School graduate, Dennis Gutierrez. From CR&R, Nicole Moore, right over there. From International Auto Crafters, Annie Petrelli. Where's Annie? Right, oh, way in the back, way in the back. And there's just a few people from the district. First of all, I need to recognize our governing board president, Mr. Bill Holstrom, and Vice President Joan Cooley. Now, I need to tell all of you that this will be the last time that Mr. Holstrom will be officially coming here as board president. He did not seek re-election. He has been with the school district for a long time. He taught at Pinacati Middle School, and for the last 9 years has provided outstanding leadership as governing board president. So, ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for Mr. Holstrom. Okay, I already mentioned Lori Ortel and Sarah Rico. We have Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Steve Swartz, right over there. To my right, Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services, Marcy Savage. Executive Director of Human Resources, Tanya Davis, over there. And we also have Kim Marksbury, Director of Nutrition Services, over there. And we call him New Nick. Nick Newkirk, who's our, he's in charge of purchasing for the school district. He's over here. Old Nick is Nick Hilton. So you'll get all this straight later. Raise your hand, Nick. Thank you. And of course, from Vistera Credit Union, we have Maria. Where's Maria? Maria, what's your last name again? That's it. Okay, right back there. Thank you very much, all of you, for supporting this program. Now, students, you need to understand, you're Student of the Month. That's pretty amazing. I was telling the Student of the Month from Heritage High School that there's about 700 students graduating approximately at Heritage High School. So being the third student so far to be Student of the Month at Heritage or Paris or Paloma or the California Military Institute is quite an honor. And but you have an opportunity to be Student of the Year. And the way you become Student of the Year is in the springtime, we're going to mail home some applications that you need to fill out. If you fill it out and turn it in, you could be Student of the Year. And with that comes a really, really nice Student of the Year bonus for college, approximately $1,700 per student. So that's how much money the businesses, the cities, the county superintendent, everybody has contributed to this program, and we really want to thank those individuals. Some of them that are here today, Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, thank you very much for your support of the Student of the Year program. The Paris Union Management Association, Grant Bennett, Tanya Davis, those that have been in charge of that. We raise a lot of money, and we do it doing a lot of silly things, but like watching administrators play golf. That's pretty silly. But anyway, we raise a lot of money for the students. From SunPro Solar, we have Emily Padilla. Emily, where's Emily? Oh, thought she was going to be here. So again, we really thank those that support our Student of the Year program. And Student of the Year gift sponsors, we mentioned already CR&R. Nicole Moore is a big supporter of that. Mark Yarborough from Swedish Speed Champion Towing is a supporter of that. And so again, we really are very, very proud of what they do in supporting our students. So now, we get to students, you have to, this is kind of like that history class that, of course, you didn't have in our district, but you can imagine where sometimes it's a little long. I try to keep the elected officials to not talk real long, but I work for elected officials, so I can't really enforce the time limit. Sally can. When Sally's here, she says, you know, when they talk too long. But what we're going to do is we're going to have the dignitaries line up to my left, and they're going to hand you, or they're going to present you with great certificates suitable for framing and suitable for your resume, because this is a really big deal. So when I introduce the dignitaries, if you can line up to my left, starting with the City of Paris, Councilman Mark Yarborough. From the City of Menifee, Councilman Greg August. From Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez's office, Denny Horn. From County Supervisor Marion Ashley's office, Dennis Gutierrez. From Senator Mike Morell's office, Tom Wilson. From Senator Richard Ross' office, Alti Holcomb. From U.S. Congressman Mark Takano's office, Maricela Magana, who is also a Paris High graduate. And then I will complete the lineup. Oh, I also need to introduce, we have a very special guest who I'm not sure has ever been at Student of the Month. And he's a good guy to know in case your registration tags are a little overdue out in the parking lot. Lieutenant Charlie Wilhite from the Riverside County Sheriff's Department. Stand up, Charlie. Oh, I've been saying lunch? Oh my God. You know, we did lunch forever, and I'm just, you know, Charlie, thank you for the correction, and thank you for not towing my car away. Okay. Councilman Mark Yarborough.
Yeah. Actually, I'd be towing the car at his direction, so. Good morning, everyone. From the City of Paris, we have these certificates of achievement for you that are signed by the mayor and our city clerk. And these will go great with your resumes as you move forward in jobs, college, whatever it is you choose to go. For me, this is it's always a great honor, you know, in a world where you see so much negativity and despair, to be able to come and to see the students here, that it always gives me a glimmer of hope. You know, that we can produce quality students in this community. And as the superintendent said earlier, you know, you're selected among some good students, but you're the best of the best. So, you know, today's your day to strut around like roosters and just say, hey, this is my day, I'm the one, I am bad. So just enjoy that day because you've worked hard a lot. And thank you also to the teachers, to the parents, to the families that have helped make that happen, because you know, for me, I was all I ever wanted to do was work on cars. And when I came to Paris High School, I ended up being one of those students that had like 4 periods of auto shop, but I couldn't get there without the help from my family, and they're the ones that saw the undeveloped talent, if you will, and pushed me in that direction. They got me tools, they got me to talk to the right people, and I, in the end, ended up being a ROP finalist for the state of California. I have 2 automotive-related businesses now, and always had the dream and been able to race cars here at the Paris Auto Speedway. So, but none of that would have happened if I had not been instilled by my family, my teachers, all of that. So to all of you, thank you for taking these students. I know some of you are out there that you get like, you 4.0 grade averages, you have full-time jobs, you go to school, you teach, but for the rest of us normal people, we need that push in the right direction. So to all of you, thank you so much, and on behalf of the mayor and the city council, good luck to you. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Greg August from the Menifee City Council, and I'm holding here a certificate of achievement for Elizabeth Talavera. Can you raise your hand, please? And this will be with congratulations from the city of Menifee, and this will be waiting for you after the ceremony this morning. I don't often get a chance to share the podium with Dr. Greenberg. He's one of my favorite people in the city. He's very motivating, he's very enthusiastic, and every time he's glib and he's charming and he's funny. I always feel like going out and running a marathon race after I talk to him. So the students at Paris district are very, very fortunate. But notice I didn't say I was interested in running another political race, Dr. Greenberg. What I want to say, and another thing to Dr. Greenberg, at least you can't accuse me this morning of being from USC. I'll save you the punchline because I wasn't smart enough to get into USC. For my presentation this morning, I want to thank you, Dr. Greenberg. It's always a pleasure to be here to support this program, and all the people who support from the academic, the business, and civic community who make a morning like this possible. People like Sally Myers, who couldn't be here this morning, and you, Dr. Greenberg, Stephen Kennedy, their staffs, the principals and teachers, counselors, the Rotary, Chamber of Commerce, members of the business community, but most of all, to the families and close friends of the people sitting in the center row today. We're honoring our outstanding young people, and like I said, the parents are in the audience today. Honors and recognition being awarded to our students today for academic, personal, and social excellence, along with athletic and community service. These are all indicators that you honorees this morning are off to a good start in life. It's only the beginning, but working harder today will make the rest of your life better, if not easier, and for those all around you as well. Hopefully, as you move through life enjoying more success, you'll remember the people responsible for helping you reach this level of excellence you're being honored for today. And just like they helped you, you can reach out and help others in the future. From the city of Menifee, congratulations and continued success to you and your families and all in the audience today who helped make this great day possible. Thank you.
Well, good morning. I'm Denny Horn, and I'm here on behalf of State Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez. And this is one of the fun things that I get to do on behalf of the Assemblywoman. I love coming to Student of the Month. I love hearing your stories. I love being able to take that information back to the Assemblywoman and then follow up and let her know what a slacker I was in school in comparison. They didn't have AP classes back in my day, and so I always look at what you all have accomplished in addition to your extracurricular activities, and I stand in awe of you. The Assemblywoman congratulates you on your academic achievements and on your desire to continue that as you move forward. But of course, she issues you this challenge. Please go forth and do great things, but do them here in the Valley so that we can continue to make this corner of Riverside County the best that it can be. Congratulations.
Buenos dias and good morning. It always gives me great pleasure to stand before you on behalf of Supervisor Marin Ashley. My name is Dennis Gutierrez. I have a certificate of appreciation for each of the students, and I'd like to take a special thanks to the Talavera family because they got the two best cheerleaders in that their table with those two young folks. With those two young folks, that lets us know that the Valley is growing and that they will come back, just like at Paris Valley and all the other high schools. When you finish with your education, remember, always give back. God bless you. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Tom Wilson. I'm here representing State Senator Mike Morrell, and I have one of two Senate certificates that you'll be presented this morning. And I just want you to look around the room and see the people that support you. It's a small group this morning, but there's a larger group that's going to keep you going forward in your studies and in your professional lives. It's interesting for me to come and hear the stories of your life thus far, and it's just a very small part of what's to come. So congratulations, and thank you for working so hard and accomplishing this goal. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. On behalf of Senator Richard Roth, I'd like to congratulate each of today's awardees. And lastly, the Senator and I wish you much success in the future. Congratulations.
Well, I'm also here representing Ken Young, our county superintendent, who couldn't be here today. And so the County Office of Education has a wonderful, beautiful looking thing here for you. And on behalf of County Superintendent Ken Young, again, continued success, congratulations, and best wishes. Now, as superintendent of the school district, we're giving you a present as well. They're called thank you cards. Now, maybe your grandparents told you about these things. They're little things you put in an envelope, like Jimmy Fallon does on Friday night, and you lick the envelope and you write a little thank you. Old school, no email, no texting, no going on Facebook. You actually write a thank you note, and inside your bag of goodies, which is right over here, that wasn't supposed to fall. Inside your bag of goodies is a list of people you need to thank. And so you write thank you notes to each of those individuals or companies, and you turn it over to your principal when you're done, and the district will pay for the postage. So that's for you. Also for the families, we are videotaping this presentation. We'll be producing it over at Paloma Valley High School, which we'll talk about later, and the families will be sent a video of this particular event. So we hope you find that very rewarding, and we wish you the best of luck. And again, thank you, Charlie Wilhite, because I think I would have been saying lunch for a long, long time. But the way my comeback, Charlie, on that, I had some time to think, is that breakfast is so big, if you eat all that, it'll be your lunch too. Okay, that's what happens when you give a smart guy some time to think over here. Okay, so speaking of the gift bag, I'm going to tell you what's in the gift bag, because it's pretty amazing stuff. From Altera Credit Union, we have cold cups, because if you're going to college, you're going to need some water, non-alcoholic beverages, things to keep cold. Yeah, you don't want to drink that alcoholic stuff until you're 21. Okay, and we thank Cheryl Benjamin and Altera Credit Union for that. Thank you. From the city of Menifee, they have water bottles, a key ring, a pin, a lanyard, a pedometer, and a bag. And the pedometer is really good because on those nights where you think you've really studied hard for a test, you may want to walk around the track at school a couple of times, get some oxygen, come back and study some more. So the pedometer will be helpful. From the city of Paris, they have insulated cooler bags, a notepad/calculator. From International Auto Crafters, we have a gift bag. Thank you to them. From New Life Fellowship Church, Pastor Ted Norton, who's been coming ever since I've been here, probably even longer than that. There's a Bible, and we appreciate that because you're going to need to pray before those tests, if not often as well. Reflections Christian Fellowship, Pastor Don put in a devotions book. Vistera Credit Union has a Subway gift card and gift holder. And your high schools are giving you prom tickets. And of course, the school district gave you We're giving you movie tickets, postage, thank you cards, and of course the DVD of this event. So thank you to everyone who's contributed to the gift bags. Let's have a nice round of applause for them. Okay, now this is where Sally and I do it a little bit differently. So here's what's going to happen, and I'm starting with Heritage High School because Ms. Zerold has this down to a science. So other principals watch what she does and emulate that, okay? No pressure, Julie. Okay, here's what's going to happen. When I announce the first school, they're going to come up here. When I mean they, I mean Principal Julie Zerold and her teacher and the student and her family will come up here, and Julie will speak and say some nice words about the student. The student and the family will be right here tightly bunched, because if you're not tightly bunched, we can't see you on the camera. So for the families that really love each other, this will be easy. For those who don't, pretend. Okay? And on my right will be Julie and her teacher or counselor for the other schools. And so what it's going to happen is the principal has 1 minute, and I have control over that. Okay? All right? Principal has a minute. Then the teacher will speak, and of course the teacher can speak for as long as they want, because we really want to find out more about the student, probably a couple of minutes. Then the student will speak, and the student should introduce, in this case, her parents. But the student then speaks and tells us a few things. One of the things we want to know is, boy, the questions aren't up here, Sarah. But anyway, we want you to tell us a little bit about your experience in high school and tell us how you're going to pay it forward in the future. And so the student will then introduce one of the parents to speak on her behalf or his behalf. And then when that school's done, Ms. Zerold will introduce the second school, and we'll all roll the dice and think that Michael Rhodes has been watching and that he'll do exactly as Julie Zerold emulated. Should have had Paloma come second, but we didn't do it that way. So without further ado, I want to introduce the principal of Heritage High School, Julie Zerold, our student of the month, Holly Woods, and her family. Let's have a nice round of applause.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here and being able to recognize Holly Woods today as our Student of the Month. Holly is probably one of the most passionate people you'll ever meet, and you'll see when you get to see her personality that she just shines on campus in everything that she does, and the list of things and activities that she does goes on and on and on. That it's amazing that she can do as much as she does and still maintain an amazing GPA, as well as just the passion for making sure she keeps up on her schoolwork. Her mom was even saying this morning that she takes her AP Calculus book everywhere she goes. So for those of you that are like me and don't like math, that's pretty amazing that she wants to stay on top of it like that. So I'm going to introduce Ms. Renee Garcia to tell a little bit more about Holly.
I couldn't be more honored and blessed to be here this morning to talk to you guys about Holly. I couldn't think of another student that more embodies the idea of what it means to be a Heritage High School patriot. So part of our motto at our school is building a legacy, and legacy stands for something, and Holly stands for each of those letters in legacy, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about how she does each of those. The first letter is L for leadership, and Holly participates in a variety of clubs and extracurriculars, and she takes a leadership role in pretty much every one of those. She's been in our Link Crew program for the past 2 years, and she's been a fabulous leader and mentored a group of freshmen for the past 2 years. She's in ASB this year as a senior class vice president. She's been in cheer for 3 years. F&L, she's the president for the last 3 years. She's also the reason why we have F&L on our campus, and she's also our drama treasurer. In the area of excellence, Holly always strives to do her best. At the beginning of the year, it was always her goal to achieve a 4.0, and with the rigorous class schedule that she has, it's a pretty lofty goal, and she's meeting it and excelling it in every way she can. In generosity, Holly couldn't be more of a generous, kind, loving soul. She dedicates her time to the school, to her family, to her friends, and she's just an awesome person all around. In academics, again, like I said, she takes a rigorous course schedule, including AP Calculus, AP Psychology, and AP pretty much everything else. On top of, again, like I said, drama practice every day. She's been in our plays and our musicals, working on all of our ASB activities. Senior year has a lot of things and events that they have to plan and do, and she just does a fabulous job at getting all those things done and balancing it with her academics and get with cheer and everything else that she does. Her favorite subject is math, which is not something I hear a lot from a lot of students. We're building a wall of happiness in my classroom, and so I asked each of the students to do an index card and write what makes them the happiest, and Holly said math and SNL. So math definitely is up there for her. As far as character, she's dependable, cheerful. She's a cheerleader. So she constantly smiles. She's definitely a bright light on our campus, and people are just drawn to her because of the light that just shines out of everything that she does. She's very smart, hardworking, dedicated, and just, again, like I said, a lovely person. And we always get teased a little bit because our last letter is Y and it's opportunity, and I know it comes at the end. But she takes every opportunity that the campus offers her to be an active participant. There's also a couple other words that end in Y that she does as well and links them with those opportunities. She also creates a sense of community on our campus. Like I said, since people are drawn to Holly, she kind of just creates that, and the other word is family. She creates that sense of family and community on our campus every day in everything that she does. And speaking in I'm not very good at math, so a couple of mathematical terms for you, Holly, is I less than 3U. And I just want to tell you that I cannot wait to see where life takes you, because I know it's going to be some awesome places. So, congratulations.
Hi, I'm Holly Woods, if you didn't get that already. Well, this is my family. This is my dad, Martin, and my mom, Dina. This is my teacher, Miss Garcia, or one of my teachers, and my principal. It says to share my college and career goals. In college, I plan on majoring in mathematics for education and possibly becoming a math teacher. And I would also like to major in film because I want to be an actress, and not specifically just an actress, but a comedian, because I think I'm pretty funny occasionally. And it says share about your current school life. I'm involved in cheer for the past 3 years, ASB for this year, Link Crew, FNL. I joined some Sunshine Siblings this year, which helps our TTI group at our school. Do you want to say that? TTI is transition towards independence. It helps the kids that don't really special needs kids at our school, and we just take them to football games or just help raise money so they can do fun activities that they don't really have a chance to do. It says to share one or more of the heartfelt questions. I'm only picking one, and that question is, how do you plan on giving back to our community or paying it forward? I think I have 2 pretty good skills in my life, and that's being good at math, because a lot of people aren't, and being funny sometimes. When I become a comedian, it's not just for the money and all the fame. I want to do it to make people happy, because one of the 2 things that a lot of people struggle with is happiness. Not everyone's happy, and I just want everyone to be happy, even though that's a hard task to do. As well as math. It's really hard for most people, so I just want to help in 2 ways that a lot of people struggle, which is mathematics and happiness. So I think comedy and math will be a great thing for me to go into.
College. Where do you want to go to college?
Oh, sorry. I want to go to hopefully USC, UCLA, or UCI. Any of the above.
The middle one's the best.
Yeah. That's what I plan on doing with my life. Hopefully you'll see me on Saturday Night Live. Tune in about 10 years. Remember my name, Holly Marie Woods. You'll hear Daryl Hammond announcing me. Just so you know. 11:30 on Channel 4. Thank you. Oh, my dad. This is my father, and he'll be speaking on
your behalf.
On talking about me.
Good morning, everybody. I have just a few words to say on Holly, my daughter. When she first told me she was going to be Student of the Month, she said to me, "Dad, Mom, are you proud of me?" I just laughed at her. Said, "I'm always proud of you, every day." For me, she's the daughter of generations to come, and I love her very much, and her mother. Thank you very much.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Michael Rhodes from CMI.
Thank you for the introduction. Appreciate it. This is Elizabeth Talavera. She's from CMI. Oh, it's being taped. Sorry, another faux pas. I didn't want to be like Julie. No offense to you, but I didn't really want to follow your lead too much. But since he's told me I have to, I suppose I probably might consider doing it. Go on. Elizabeth Talavera from CMI.
My first time.
I'm going to keep my comments short and brief because I'm going to let Mr. Dirkswager talk about it and let her talk about herself a little bit. But bottom line is she wants to go to UC. I know you're waiting. SD. Sorry. And she wants to be an attorney. And I happen to be married to a family of attorneys. I told her, oh my gosh, so we talked a bit about those kinds of things. But she's a silent warrior on our campus. She goes about her day and about her business in a very serene and meticulous way, and that is what's resulted in her being nominated and being here today. So I want to congratulate you, and I want to thank your family for coming and joining you in this celebration. It's well deserved. Good luck in everything you do in the future. Now I'm going to let Mr. Dirkswager talk about you a little bit.
Good morning, I'm Mr. Dirkswager. I'm Elizabeth's yearbook teacher. I'm really blessed to be here. Thank you to Dr. Greenberg, board members, dignitaries, everyone. I usually don't get this opportunity. I'm primarily middle school teacher most of the day, but I do have the honor of teaching Elizabeth during yearbook class. And that's where I got to know Elizabeth about 3 years ago. And at first when Elizabeth joined yearbook, she was in the, let me go to my notes. So it didn't take long for me to get to find out who Elizabeth really was. At first, I didn't really get to know her. She was more of a quiet student, you know, trying to feel her way through the class. But after a while, it didn't take me long. Right away, I knew she had the drive, the passion, the dedication, and the initiative, most of all, to be the editor that she is today. Early on in our coursework, I gave her the task of finding advertisements for the yearbook. And while the other students hemmed and hawed and were apprehensive about going out in public and, you know, doing that interface, Elizabeth was there right away. She got it done. She was the first person back, like within days. And I was really impressed with that. And then I started to notice all the things throughout the course of the year, the inquisitiveness, the questioning, asking other students, following up with her previous editor, who was her mentor. And I knew right away, because my editor was graduating that year, who my editor was going to be the next year. And as a junior, Elizabeth just jumped right in. Oftentimes, you know, I'm doing other classes throughout the day, history, science, military science. And Elizabeth kept me on track through yearbook. We'd bounce ideas off each other for the yearbook. And it would just be general, what do you think about this? Should we do this? Should we do that? Yeah, let's try that. Or maybe just brainstorming, just the questioning right then and there. And the next thing I know, the next day, she's got paperwork, layouts, designs, drawings, and she's bringing it in to me going, what do you think, Mr. D? And I was just so blown away. And it's with that kind of passion and drive and initiative, most of all, that I know Elizabeth, wherever she goes, she's going to do great at San Diego State. No, UC San Diego, my bad. And I look forward to, seeing where Elizabeth goes in the future. And thank you for being here.
Good morning. My name is Elizabeth Talavera, and this is my principal, Michael Rhodes, my teacher, Mr. Dirksteiger, my mom, Adriana, my sister, Carla, my little brother, Hitsemani, and my niece, Catherine. As Mr. Dirksteiger said, I plan to go to University of California, San Diego, and major in U.S. history, and then continue on to law school. I'm the yearbook editor, and I'm in the Spanish club. First off, I would like to thank the volunteers, sponsors, faculty, administrators, chambers of commerce, and my biggest supporter, God, for making this event possible and giving me the honor of receiving this award as Student of the Month. High school has been no easy time for me, but rather a time of challenges and hardships, and now a time that's coming to an end. Everyone says college is hard, some say it's impossible, but thanks to the help I received from my family, teachers, and school, I feel like I can definitely face college head-on. Being part of CMI has definitely changed my life and taught me many things about life and myself. CMI taught me self-discipline, respect, how to push myself, and above all, team effort. As Mr. Dirksteiger mentioned, during my sophomore year, I entered the yearbook club, and I was never the most outgoing person in my life. And when I was given the responsibility of being in charge of people and something very important to the school, I was extremely terrified. But I learned there was nothing to fear except deadlines. Being in charge of the yearbook team taught me that the most important thing that any type of organization requires is dedication, cooperation, and hard work, whether that organization be college, work, or the yearbook club. And yeah, thank you.
I will be translating for my mom. ¿Qué quiere decir? She, first of all, wants to thank God and her principal and her teachers and everyone else and everybody that made this event possible. She wants to say she's very, very proud of her daughter. And also with this country, with all the opportunities there is for everyone. Because she said in Mexico she didn't have this opportunities that they have now. Also because she is the first one in our family that, like it's graduating. I graduated, but I had a daughter at a young age, so she's very proud that my sister was the first one to, graduate like completely, not from adult school. And she's very proud of all her efforts and where in life she has come now. And she knows she will go further. And that is it.
Okay, at this time, Mr. Don Williamson from Paloma Valley High School.
Scoot in tight. Scoot in tight, you guys, so you get everybody in the picture.
Well, good morning. And again, thank you everybody for coming to this great event. One of the things that we look for with our students, are students that are involved and active, and Ruby Raimundo is no exception to that. She's involved in Link Crew. She tutors after school with CFS. Get in the picture, please.
Like you like Dawn.
Yeah. She's involved in Key Club. She works at her church, and she works with younger students, younger children at her church. Dance is her passion, And, you know, she's got a dream. Now, all of our students need to have a dream, and Ruby is no stranger to that. She's got many dreams. But in order to accomplish those dreams, you have to have goals along the way. What are you going to accomplish? And Ruby, from what I understand, has many goals. Is that true? She has so many goals, she could probably fill an almanac with all the goals that she has set for herself. She's got a great work ethic. And you know, she has made such an impact. She was a freshman in Mr. Walsh's class, and he's the one who is here to recognize her today. And when he recommended her, all of her other teachers said, oh, absolutely, she's the one this month. And so that is a testament to how much she has made an impact on her teachers and the students around her. So with that, I'd like to introduce Mr. Walsh.
Hi, my name is Terry Walsh. I'm a math teacher at Pullman Valley High School. Good morning.
You can stand up.
Okay. As you can see, I've never spoken to a mic. So it's been a long time. Anyways, it's an honor to be here and support Ruby. This Student of the Month program is an amazing thing. And I know it's going to motivate a lot of kids on our campuses who are already highly motivated to give it a little extra to have the opportunity to possibly be Student of the Month. Ruby's been an all-star student on our campus for the past 4 years. I was fortunate enough to have her in my 9th grade geometry class, and I knew right away she was a special kid. So I began the recruiting process of getting her as a TA her senior year. Periodically, she'd come back and visit. Just about every time she came through the door, I'd go, Ruby, you gonna come back and be my TA? Probably got tired of me saying it. But evidently it sunk in because the first day of school this year, and for me, this was probably the hardest first 2 months of the school year with the Common Core standards. And about a week before school, I found out I was going to teach Avid. And so Ruby came in and I said, better yet, Ruby, do you ever heard of this thing called Avid? And she said, yeah, Mr. Walsh, I'm in Avid right now. I'm like, no way. Are you serious? She says, yeah. And I said, well, maybe you could be my peer tutor in Avid. Better yet. And so she went back and worked on it. She came back the next day, and lo and behold, she became my peer tutor in Avid. And I often joked around with my fellow colleagues that I was so stressed out because I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and I was petrified of Avid. But it was so comforting to see Ruby come in every third period. I just calmed me down. Behind the scenes, she was basically running the class. She helped me with the tutorials, the binder checks. It just kind of helped me get acclimated to the Avid way. So I really appreciated that. And I'm here and I didn't jump off the bridge because of her. Ruby is motivated and focused to go to Stanford University and become a mechanical engineer. And there's some scholarships that we're gonna be going after here in the next few months. Here's a little story that sums up Ruby for me. During lunchtime, a lot of kids come into my class from all walks of life. You got the kids that come in and just socialize. You got the kids that come in and get math tutoring. You got the kids that come in with the Chromebooks and watch movies, or not Laker highlights anymore, mostly Clipper highlights. But and then there's Ruby, and she's with all this going on, all this distraction. I know when I was a kid, I'd be bouncing around to each group and just bouncing off the walls. She's back at the back of the room, and she's typically finishing up her AP Lit essay, or she's on the whiteboard doing AP Calculus BC problems. And when she starts doing those problems, I always kind of cower over my desk and go, gosh, I gotta respond to these emails. I just hope she doesn't ask me any questions on that. Because it's been like 25 years since I did calculus. So one day she came in, and I'm over there doing my thing, and all of a sudden the bell rings, and it's time to go to the next class. I look up, and there's Ruby standing there, and she's smiling. And I look on the whiteboard, and the whiteboard, it basically takes the whole wall, my back wall of my class. She's standing there, and she goes, "I think I got it, Mr. Walsh." And I look down and I go, "What the heck is that?" Looks like a foreign language, of some sort. And she goes, "That's just one problem." I'm like, yikes. And in my head I was going, I'm just glad she didn't ask me for any help on that. So I told her to keep it up there because I had freshmen coming in from lunch. And they're always belly aching because they have to do this open intercept form of a line and do rise over run, which just involve a couple steps. So we did like a little art gallery tour. I said, guys, let's go check this out. If you guys really want to go to college, which about 100% of you say you want to, that's what you're looking at down the pike. And the kids came in, they're all like, "No way, Mr. Walsh, are you serious?" And they all started backing away from it. They're like, they looked terrified. I was terrified of the problem myself. But they all came in and they sat down, and it's really funny because one of the kids up front, he raised his hand. He goes, "Gee, Mr. Walsh, this slope intercept form stuff isn't so bad after all. I kind of like it." But Ruby is just a remarkable student and person. She's my MVP, my most valuable person, and I always joke around about having the Student Hall of Fame. She's definitely in my Student Hall of Fame, and she's an inspiration to me and many people on our campus. It's just an honor to be here on behalf of Ruby. Thank you.
My name is Ruby. This is my sister Jackie, my mom Alva, and my grandparents. And that's my teacher, it's my principal. For college, like Mr. Walsh said, I plan on going to Stanford and majoring in mechanical engineering. I first discovered, I entered high school not knowing what I wanted to do, just kind of going by. Then, along the way, I discovered physics, and mechanical engineering is part of that, and I just fell in love with the idea of being able to develop new things to help the world improve, and it was just mind-blowing to me. So yeah. And in school, I do. They started Link Crew this year, which is where juniors and seniors help mentor the incoming freshmen. So it was pretty cool to be part of something new, and knowing you can help the incoming freshmen find their path to not go down the wrong way. Because when I came in, I was pretty lost. I didn't know where my classes were. I didn't know what to do. So being able to help them it's nice knowing you can help. And I also do a CSF, which is after school. You just go in a media center and you make yourself available to help people who need help, whether it's in math or sciences, English. It's just giving yourself time to help other people that struggle. And yeah. And I know I struggled a lot because my parents did not graduate high school, and my sister did, but she didn't do anything for years. So that was pretty hard on me, not having anyone to really look up to be oh, I want to be like my mom, my dad, like this. But I had to pave my own way.
Okay. Take a deep breath.
So this is really an honor for me. So thank you.
Who's going to come talk? Are you going to talk, Jackie? Who's going to talk? Okay, come on up. Trade places. There you go. Stand up to the mic. Take a deep breath. You're fine.
Hi, I'm Jackie, her sister. I wrote stuff on my phone to say. But I don't need it. All I need to say is that I'm super proud of my sister for what she's accomplished in life and everything. She would always help me with my homework when I asked her, and now that she's a senior, she's gonna go, and I'm not gonna see her anymore. Who am I gonna fight with and just laugh? I don't see my other sister. She's always working, and her. I'm gonna be alone, and I'm gonna miss her so much. But I'm very proud, and I will never forget anything that she has told me, and has just been such an amazing sister, and I wouldn't change her for anyone else. She's just amazing. I love her forever, and I always will. I might not see her as much, but I know she's always with me. Thank you.
You know, I know sometimes we wonder if these events really have an impact on our students, and I think that just answered. This means a lot to our students, and I would like to thank all the sponsors for everything they do to make sure that we keep this going. It's now my honor to introduce the favorite son of Paris High School, Mr. Nick Hilton, the principal, and his crew.
Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Alvaro Villanueva, the Student of the Month for Paris High School for November. Alvaro is an amazing young man. When I sent out the request for nominations from the teachers, I quickly got back many responses. Typically, it's one or two, and we get some information, but this month it was just amazing how quickly they filled my inbox with statements like he's an amazing young man, he's modest, he's unassuming, he's involved on campus, excellent grades, he's 5 AP classes?
4 this year.
4 AP classes along with Avid. Just, I can't say enough good things. I met with Alvaro at the beginning of the school year. He's in the running for valedictorian this year, and at the time he was number 2. And I found out about a week ago that he had a grade change because he had passed the AP US History exam. And the AP teachers have an agreement with their students. you demonstrate you're at college level, we're going to reflect that in your grade. And that one grade change has now bumped him up, and so he's currently sitting at number 1 in the graduating class at Paris High School. So I mentioned that to him this morning, and he says, yes, but my counselor told me it's not over till it's over, so, just to keep my head down and keep working. So I just felt like that was a perfect demonstration of the kind of person he is. With that, I'd like to introduce Alvaro's teacher, Miss Annie Abekwe.
Good morning, everyone. I feel privileged. I feel blessed, honored to be here on behalf of Alvaro. I've known Alvaro for 4 years now. I actually don't have him right now. I had him as the freshman in biology. And so, as a freshman in biology, freshmen come in and sometimes they're lost and they try to do what they can. But that wasn't Alvaro. When he came into my classroom, I could see that Alvaro knew what he wanted out of my class. And so I remember Alvaro being the last person to leave the class because he wanted to make sure that he did everything that I expected him to do. And at times he would turn in his stuff and then he'll come back and ask, did I do it correctly? Did I do it right? That's the kind of student Alvaro is. He is currently part of National Honor Society, and I advise National Honor Society, and so I've been able to keep in touch with him as a result of that. And Alvaro is one of those that makes sure he does his service, individual service project. He'll come in and ask me, what do I do? How do I do it? Would this be good enough to do? And so he goes out into the community. He tutors young students. And so at the personal level, when I think of Alvaro, when I saw an email about nominating a student, Alvaro popped in my head and I thought, Alvaro. And so I emailed back, and like Mr. Hilton was saying, every single teacher that emailed back had something to say. It was, Alvaro is authentic. He is selfless. He is humble. He is hardworking. And so every word just sort of described him. And so that's what I see when I see Alvaro. He's one of those kids that you don't see a lot of anymore. He is very humble. And sometimes when I think of humility, when you say humility, people tend to think humility is weakness. But Alvaro is so humble, but yet so focused. He knows what he wants. He knows what he wants to do. He wants to be an engineer. And so he's worked really hard to get there. He takes advantage of every opportunity there is out there. He's taken all the AP classes, possibly all the AP classes that Paris High School has to offer. He's taken them. He is very diligent. I don't see too many kids that are as diligent as Alvaro is. He's polite. He's one of those students that, doesn't talk about himself. He doesn't toot his horn. That's who he is. And, there are a lot of people that talk about themselves and they make things up. And you see them when they're talking about themselves, but when you get down to it, you don't really see much. Alvaro doesn't talk about himself. He just is. And so he lives it and you see it. And so I'm really, really honored to be here to witness him being Student of the Month. And I have great expectations. I know that someday Alvaro will come back to the community and do great things. So I am so proud of you, Alvaro, and I want to congratulate you, and I want to ask you to keep up your attitude, keep up your work ethic, keep up your diligence, and the sky is your limit. Thank you.
Good morning.
My name is Alvaro Villanova, and I'm here with my parents, Lancelot Juarez and Nancy Osorio. I'm also here with my former AP biology teacher, Ms. Sibukoy, and National Honor Society advisor. I'm also here with my high school principal, Mr. Hilton. First, I would say that I'm a little bit nervous, so sorry about that. But my college. So I do plan to attend a 4-year college in the fall of 2015. But I would say that my top choice would have to be Harvey Mudd, mainly because of its superior academics that it would provide me, especially in the fields of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I do plan, like Ms. Sibukoy said, to be an engineer, specifically majoring in civil engineering, mainly because as a youngster, I like to play with Legos a lot, so being creative at Harvey Mudd, I feel will open a lot of doors to me, especially job opportunities, being a very elite college as it is. So being involved in school is very good to students, specifically because it gives students an identity, right? I have been myself involved in a lot of clubs, such as sports, specifically like swim and National Honor Society. Also, I have been in programs such as Pride and RILA. Those programs gives us an insight of what a leader really is. I take what the experience of RILA offered me to be a tutor. I have a 6th period class to be a peer tutor. I tutor Algebra 2 students. And I'm also a part of Calculus Club, which gives me an opportunity to tutor those who find math challenging. Me being finished with Calculus BC already gives me that experience to help those who are currently taking that course. I'm also a youth leader in my local church, so and usher too. So those are my school life. As it is, there's a question that they want me to answer. I will pick number 2, which says, "What do you think is the most significant life lesson that you will take with you to college?" Beginning high school, I used to compare myself a lot to the students around me. I feel like that's really bad because everybody's unique and we all have our own ways in working. I feel that entering college, there's going to be a lot of competition, so we need to look at how we work ourselves and find the perfect study habit and focus on ourselves because, like I said, we're all unique in our own way. So, and that is all. Thank you for all who made this event possible because it means a lot to us. Thank you.
First of all, I want to thank God for blessing me with 5 children at home. Alvaro is the second oldest son I have. First of all, that's Alexander, being graduated from the same high school. He's already currently on UCI, Irvine. I see his challenge doing every day, waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning, he's still awake at that time. Sometimes 6 in the morning, he just probably sleep half an hour, and get back to the school. So I really thank God for all your help too given to him. Sometimes at home we are not able to help him because we have not that high level of school, but I see his type of strength doing that type of work. I thank everybody here.
Thank you.
And now I'd like to welcome Dr. Greenberg back to the podium.
You know, I should have taken notes and been a translator. FNL is Friday Night Live. It's a program that students go and attend. It's an alternative to what they can kind of trouble other kids can get into on Friday nights. Anti-drug, anti-alcohol message, all about good relationships. I think I heard AVID. AVID is Advancement via Individual Determination. It's a program that encourages students to go to college who come from families who may not have had anybody go to college. So it's a program to encourage them to take the right classes in high school so they can prepare themselves and to learn how to apply for college, because that's a science in and of itself. Well, as you can see, these are 4 pretty average kids in our district, and you can see the future is not very bright. Quite the obvious, quite the opposite of what is really true here. Those are 4 amazing students. When I think of Holly, she stands out from this group by being so shy, but I really do expect to see you on Saturday Night Live, and it'll be Hollywood superstar. So you're amazing, and you'll go as far as life will take you because you're a hard worker and you understand. And I love the balance of math and humor. It's like, really? Never heard that before. Elizabeth, you are an amazing young woman. You are so focused, and you've drawn a straight line between knowing that hard work and perseverance lead to success. I have no doubt that you're going to be successful in whatever you do, and I wish you the best of luck in all your future endeavors. Ruby, you come from a family of people who like to cry. But seriously, going where you're going, being able to get Mr. Walsh to spend 20 minutes here speaking, I don't think I've heard him speak 20 minutes in 8 years, but clearly you've made a difference not only for your family but other students at Paloma Valley High School, and I know Stanford will be lucky to get you, but I also know that Stanford's going to lose to UCLA in a week and a half at the Rose Bowl. We're going to beat you bad. Alvaro, what an amazing young man you are. You're going to go to Harvey Mudd. We have not heard the name Harvey Mudd here at Student of the Month. I don't think I've heard it in my 8 years, but everybody needs to know, when you think of Harvey Mudd, it is like Caltech. It is like Stanford. It's like Harvard. It's an amazing university, and the kinds of students that graduate there become successful in whatever they do. And I have no doubt you'll be accepted. If not, Mr. Hilton and I will go to Pomona and we will bang on the doors until they do accept you in there. But I know you'll do great there, and we wish you the best. Congratulations. Sally normally has me play a minute from Maxwell. John Maxwell is a motivational speaker. He's a preacher. He's a wonderful guy. He has a company, and they go out and they motivate people. But I thought today I would tell you a little story that I heard last night on the news that moved me. Yesterday, the city of Long Beach named a new chief of police. And the new chief got up there, and he was an applicant for that job 7 years ago. And he didn't get the job. He was the deputy chief, and he got passed over. And the person they picked, who's now been elected sheriff for Los Angeles County, so he got his opportunity. And they asked him what it was like to work for somebody who you competed for this job. And he had a very interesting answer. He said, life, you don't always get what you want the first time. And he said something that the phrase that I've used a lot: you find out more about people when they don't get what they want than when they do. And I think these 4 students they're going to be successful, but they're going to have their struggles. There may not be, when you go to Harvey Mudd or Stanford or UC San Diego, or wherever these students go, you're going to run into other students like you, and who are equally as smart, who are going to work as hard as you. And so sometimes you're going to get knocked down. You may not get selected for that part in the play at UCLA, not USC, UCLA. And you could transfer to USC and get that part, but UCLA will make you stronger because you'll compete against people, because remember Carol Burnett, the famous comedian, where she went to school? UCLA. So the message for students is that, again, understand that you've had great success so far. We wish you nothing but success in the future, but we also want you to know that perseverance, being able to get knocked down and dust yourself off, as the new chief of police said in Long Beach, and come to work. He said he worked for a great guy, and that in 7 years, he's a much stronger chief now than he would have been 7 years ago. That kind of character is what we're hoping to instill in our students, and I believe these 4 students have it. Let's have a nice round of applause for these students. Well, I have to acknowledge Randy Hughes, who teaches videography over at Paloma Valley High School. He's putting together a DVD that's going to be aired on Time Warner Cable through the city of Paris, but he'll also be editing this whole program, probably taking out all of my mistakes, which that should take a lot of time. And then he will make sure that that DVD gets mailed home to our parents and our families. So we're going to introduce the students that are here today who have been looking at that breakfast all morning going, when are we going to get that? As soon as you're done and you pack everything away, you're going to get it. The video crew, technical director is Justice Antonio. Video mixer is Stephen Mijares. Camera operators are Desiree Gutierrez, right? No, Desiree's over there. Skylar Fontaine and Anthony Madrazo. Close? Close enough for government work. Okay, so those are, let's have a nice round of applause for those students and everybody from Paloma Valley High School. Okay, when we're done, students, you're gonna come up here, we're gonna take a picture with the American flag and the California flag, then we're gonna go outside and take some pictures. You're gonna pick up your bags. And I just want you to know that, again, every month, I so look forward to coming to hear the wonderful stories, and it's inspirational because when you pick up the newspaper and you read the headlines, you read some negative things. But I want everybody to know how far we've come in engineering and math, knowing that what these students are doing in calculus. This morning, we landed a unmanned, I was trying to be the man person, but they wouldn't do it. Unmanned space probe on a comet. It landed on a comet. And now that only happens because of American ingenuity and innovation that starts right here with these students. So on behalf of both Chambers of Commerce, Paris Valley and the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, I thank you for attending. I hope you have a wonderful day.